they can pass city council resolutions opposing the rate hikes. So Lake County has actually passed a resolution recently. The resolution is supposed to be coming up here in Gary. We'll see what happens with that. You can organize public hearings. In other words, NIPSCO should be at your council meetings, answering directly to you where all of this money is going. You can coordinate regional mayors together. In other words, you get a coalition of mayors together and you oppose what's going on downstate. One community, one protest may not be much to the Senate, but when you have 4 or 5 mayors who have 30,000 constituents in their communities, 60,000 constituents in their communities, all of a sudden the Senate has to start listening, right? They can petition the Indiana legislature, which is the same thing. They can support class action lawsuits. There's absolutely no reason why our mayors cannot get attorneys involved and investigate this. And when everybody in the city is having an emergency every single month, I would say that calls for a legal investigation. They can investigate municipal utility options. In other words, there are co-ops like REMC. There are other utility companies like Duke Utility that service other parts of Indiana. It should not be that difficult in a city like Gary, Indiana, where the city owns 7,000 parcels of vacant land. They can funnel it to their 501c3 friends, but they can't offer it to competitive utility companies. You can force NIPSCO into transparency laws, where they have to post where every single dollar of these delivery charges is going. And I can tell you where it's going, but not entirely specifically. But when we passed the Green New Deal, that enabled all kinds of writers and trackers to be added into your NIPSCO bill. That's what your delivery charges are full of, and that's also part of your gas and your electric increases. It's for these data centers. This didn't just happen at the state level. It started at the federal level, got brought down to the state level, but it's up to your local leaders to make sure that that you have options, to make sure that there's competition. All right, monopolies are illegal for a reason. When your local leaders stop competition from coming in, you have a bit of an ethics issue. So there's several more options on top of that, but the bottom line is that our local leaders who get maximum campaign contributions quarterly from NIPSCO, when local leaders like Eddie Melton here in Gary, Indiana, who's a former employee of NIPSCO, he gets maximum campaign donations, and his wife is a current employee of NIPSCO. Do you really think he's going to help you? So, my aptitude, my call to action today is this: don't necessarily look at party. Check out your leaders before you elect them. Look into their campaign finances, because if you're not the one funding their campaign, they're not serving you. They're serving whoever funded their campaign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So can I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I have a program on WLKH Radio. We are on Facebook. My co-host is in the car, Dean Gomez. I don't know if this will help, but you know what? I guess when people get to smart meter, that's when things go bad. And I think it's all about to get smart meter at some point. You know, my landlord, so taking care of that. But you know what? If you go to smart meter opt-out policies in Indiana, I guess you can opt out of back getting the smart meter if you are in Indiana. It depends on, so it says in Indiana, smart meter opt-out programs are available to certain utilities, but eligibility might provide for how utilities can offer is when it comes to NIPSCO and the fees amount and so forth. So that's what we something that might want to do and see if this now you go to smart people.
Can I see that again? All right.
So
that is that. What is the name of that?
I went to the internet, right? I put in smart meter opt-out policy.
Smart meter opt-out policies for Indiana. So take a look at that. Beautiful.
You can check it out and see if it might help you. But let me make another quick point if I may. So if one of the things, or two of the things, well, let's see, one of the things I keep bringing up is it has to do with the delivery. I see that NIPSCO is a full service company, so to speak, which means they do their own delivery. So how can their delivery rates increase when they can do their own delivery?
With riders and trackers put forth by the Green New Deal.
And then the other thing, I can understand if part of the money that part of the increase in rates might have to do that they need to upgrade the infrastructure. That's one thing. And if that is the case, then why don't they just raise their rates a little bit on every client of this goal, but not 100, not 200, not 300, not $400, but raise it so that they get enough money to do the infrastructure development that they need to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I think half it's going to the yachts.
Oh, that I don't know. That I don't know. I can't speak to that.
So that's it. Let's give this gentleman a round of applause for that information. So now that is one thing. So I don't know if it's passed yet, but there is actually something that's supposed to be going through the legislature right now to reverse the smart meters and get those off of their homes. I don't know if that's passed or not. So call your local congressman, call your local senator, your local house rep, not congressman, your local house rep, call your local senator and push them to make sure that that goes through. Because here's the thing. People will say a lot of times when we protest, when we do these things, it doesn't make a difference. But Susie is 100% correct. Each time we do this, we move the needle a little bit. And we got to stay on the offensive because it does make a difference. House Bill 1002 just went through. Did it make a whole lot of difference? No, but the needle is moving a little bit at a time. So we have to stay on the top of this and we have to keep going. And again, we have to focus on this like it is a local issue. Because when your leaders are bought and paid for, you can't get anywhere.
I actually have something. A compare and contrast between 2024 and 2025's rates. Now, this is average. I think I downloaded it from the NIPSCO website or somewhere like that. But in 2024 and 2024 and 2025, in 2024, NIPSCO ranked at number 10 with an average rate of, this is kilowatts per hour. This is electric. 2024, you were paying for 500 kilowatts per hour, $75.18. For 1,000 kilowatts per hour, $135.20. For 1,500 kilowatts an hour, you were looking at $194. For 2,000, you were looking at $252. Now, to contrast, the rural governments for Anderson and Auburn, which Auburn Municipal Electric is, they have the cheapest. They were spending in 2024 $37 for 500 kilowatts. No, this is a completely different municipality. This is ranked from where you spend the least amount of money with the company to the most. And NIPSCO for 2024 ranked 10, as in we are at the bottom of the barrel. Now that's for 2024. Now I'm gonna, can somebody please hold this? Now I also have for 2025. Again, we are almost at the very bottom. This is
Yeah, but you live closer to the mic. Real close.
all right, so this goes, got it. So for NIPSCO,
You have to kiss it.
Yeah, pretty much.
okay, thanks. It is $123.81 per 500 kilowatts. And then for 1,000 kilowatts for 2025, it was $233 for 500 kilowatts. And then for 1,500 for 2025, it is $343. And then for about, sorry, I have a breakdown of them. And 2,000 kilowatts per hour for, on average citizen for NIPSCO in 2025 is over $453. I also brought several of me and my boyfriend's bills as a two-person household. We were at average, it was almost $600.
Just for her and I.
Yep. We don't have the electric on regularly. So I just wanted to clarify all that with you. It's a PDF you can download. I believe I got it from the NIPSCO website or another place, but they had it for like 8 years straight, where you can compare and contrast when they started it, which I think was in like 2009 to now. So that's all really I had to say.
Thank you.
All right, let's give a round of applause. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name is Jeff Selowski. I'm
Hey, did good, hon.
politics. I think we're out here today. We're looking for answers, okay? We were looking for answers to why the money's or where the money's going, why our bills are going up. Somebody has to come forth with the answers, okay? There's always a who behind something, okay? Our politicians down in Indiana need to come forward. We need to put a name behind why the bills are going up. What is the name behind it? Where's the politician that's willing to step forward and put their name out in the media and tell us why the bills are going up? We want some answers out here. It only takes a spark to get a fire going, and seems like a small crowd, but we want this to continue to grow and build. But we want answers. You say you care about the kids and the older folks in our communities. What if they can't pay their bills? You talk about giving money to this, giving money to that, but what are we doing with the money? We want to know where the money's going. Put a name behind the dollar and let us know where it's at.
One thing that I forgot to mention on the things you can do is after the primary, we're all going to have to do a split vote. And there's legislatures in Indianapolis that have voted for NIPSCO. They voted these laws, and there's 9 laws that they voted for. We're going to come up with a list locally or who you can vote for, and watch out for that. It's coming. You know exactly how they voted. So that's one thing I wanted to mention that you guys can also do. Who else wants to talk?
Just a quick point. By using the smart meters, I think the company it'll be easier for the company to shut
Yes.
someone off.
Yes, I just published, I'm from Panorama now. I just published a full article on the smart meters. That's one of the things I put on there. It's easy for them to disconnect you with the smart meter. Also, it says on the NIPSCO website, they can disconnect you from a text message.
Yep.
And email. They do not have to write you a letter, and they do not have to call you. And how many of you get junk text message on your phone? And you
Plenty.
ignore it. So there's a lot that there's a lot here. I also published every single one of the 9 laws on my website. Go to Panorama Now, type in NIPSCO, and they'll come up. You can see them, you can click on them, you can read them, you can find out what they passed. And this is the legislature. This is how it happened. We can't go down to Indianapolis and attend the meetings. We don't know it's hard to find these bills online, period. It took me hours to find them. So it's beyond our hands. And who else wants to talk?
I will.
Okay, Kim's a good talker. This is our fourth podcast, by the way. And there's one next Saturday. Well, at the town hall at the Port County Fairgrounds at 1 p.m.
Yeah, that's what I told you about.
Yeah.
I mostly do publicity. I'm trying to make everyone aware of what's going on lately with everything. And like many people, I didn't know what was going on. I had a problem with my Potest last year, and I thought something was wrong with my Potest again. And then I started seeing other people posting things online, and that's when I realized that it was everybody. And then I found the NIPSCO Monopoly Madness group and saw that it was thousands and tens of thousands of people. And that just keeps growing as more people become aware of what's going on. And that's when we decided to start doing these protests. And this is the 4th one.
Yeah.
And We even had a guy that was sleeping out in front of the NIPSCO main office building in Maryville just to show that NIPSCO doesn't care about us and he wants people to be cold and sleep in the cold. And it's gotten attention. That's what these protests are really about. People say, why are you protesting at NIPSCO? They don't care. They're not even open today. I don't care if they're open. We don't care about NIPSCO. This isn't really about NIPSCO. They're doing what they are legally allowed to do. Now, morally, that's another question. But it's the lawmakers that have allowed this, and that's what we're trying to do, is raise awareness about the laws and how this has come to be, and we're getting their attention. Downstate, we have got their attention. Next month, we're going to see the governor. The governor has made a special committee. I'm on it. Several people that have been active in the community, and we have made 5 recommendations on how the government can turn this around for people. And a lot of it's reversing or changing in some way these laws that they've made. Another is to extend and expand energy assistance. Most people that need it can't qualify. You have to be extremely poor to qualify for energy assistance. And most people make slightly over that or above, and they still need help. I need help, and I don't qualify. And also to stop disconnections and turn people back on, especially the elderly, veterans, and disabled people that have been already shut off, and to not make them pay a deposit or a reconnect fee. Now, NIPSCO has moved a little bit. Is it enough? Heck no. They had these customer care meetings recently. Everybody that's gone was disappointed, and they just can't understand that. Why are we disappointed? Well, we go there and they talk to us like we're 5. They explained to me how the pipes work. I used to work in hardware, and I was the plumbing manager for 15 years. I know how the pipes work. They told us how the bills add up. I'm also a tax accountant. I know my math. It ain't math it though. They showed me a bill that was $200. I asked them, where's the $800 bills? They didn't have none of them. The delivery fee on that one was like under $100. Mine is $300 some dollars.
Yeah.
I asked them, how does that math? And they didn't have an answer for me. I did get some interesting information about the energy assistance. There are some programs I didn't know about, which under normal circumstances would be useful and helpful. But under these circumstances, they don't really help the people that need them. They might help a few people, but not to the extent that we need it. And they only cover like not even a month's worth of energy assistance, energy bills.
Right.
And your bills go on and on. That's all year round. So then recently they put out saying that they're gonna not have the reconnect fee, some of the things we were asking for, not shut people off, and some other things they were gonna do, but it's only till March 31st.
Right.
Less than 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What is that gonna do? We need it all year round, and that's one of the things we're asking the governor for, is to do this until at least next year, because they don't even go back into session until January.
Oh joy.
We need this now. And in May, like Susie said, the budget settlement is going to happen and people are going to get disconnected. Also, if they don't do something with these laws before January, in November when it starts getting cold, what are people going to do? So we need something now, and we're asking for changes now.
Yeah.
And there's got to be a way to do this. We're asking other elected officials, public officials, people that are running for office, other community leaders, church leaders, organization leaders to step up like Mr. Preston has and do protests like this all around the NIPSCO territory. You can have it in front of a building like we are, or you can have it at a substation or a tower or whatever you want to do in your hometown. We need more and more people to step up, and I think they will when they start getting their disconnects. So that's what we need, because it is making a difference. They hate this. They hate this. And I put it out there. I'm a publicist and I put it all over the place and they just hate it. So that's what we need to do. Whoever's listening on these videos that we're putting out, step up. We need more people to come forth, have these events, do other things, have meetings, tell your leaders of your communities to do some of the things that Mr. Movie said, and we can make a difference.
Yeah.
Because election time's coming.
Mm.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You did good.
You want to say anything then?
Yeah, why the hell not? Up here.
All right, anybody else?
Yeah, I'll do introductions. Thank you for having me here. My name's Glenn Meyer. I'm relatively new to Gary. Moved here from Chicago. I run a very small media company. My girlfriend, she's our first and only volunteer. We've had lots of trouble with our utility bills. It looks like not just the Chicago Bears followed me, but ComEd with some of the practices. So we're not very happy about that. We're looking into what we can find out as far as why have the rates gone up. So far, the only thing they've told us is, well, the winter was bad. It's always bad. You're right next to Chicago. You're on Lake Michigan. And they told us that also we're investing into infrastructure. I'd like to see the infrastructure because all I see is a bunch of substations that are rusting. And I'm still being charged for that. You're being charged for that. I hear a lot of calls for maybe we should put some caps on it. I'm waiting to see what goes on with this investigation because I don't like the fact that a lot of people here are having trouble with it. And plain and simple, I'd very much like to know why everything's going up. If there's some infrastructure problem, all right, let us see it. Let us go ahead and fix it. Let us know what the hell's going on. All I'm hearing from them so far is, we hear your concerns, but we're going to give you this digital meter that supposedly is working well. And yeah, electronic shutoffs, I don't think that's fairly constitutional. I'd like to see if maybe that can be brought into court because though I am a younger fellow, I do have my emails, my text messages, and that. I'd still like to have a letter in my mailbox saying why they're cutting me off. If I'm over, if I'm behind, if they're going to go kick a squirrel or something that's eating the lines or something. I'd very much like to have a reason, cause and effect. So we'll do what we can to investigate. We're just doing some basic journalism. If anyone else has any other concerns, want to talk to us or anyone else, by all means, we're an open book. This quite literally came to our doorstep. I moved here to get away from the costs, and sorry they came with me. That's about that.
Thank you.
And I'm going to throw that away.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, anybody else?
Good afternoon. My name is Eve Gomez, also known as Evie. My co-host Juan. We are from WLTH Radio, the only bilingual talk show of a program. And I'm kind of disappointed where I don't see a lot of support for Spanish-speaking community that are also affected by their utility bills being increased, double, triple. I'm sure you guys know because you're all affected. I'm not here. I don't live here anymore, but I'm still here by heart. And so I'm hearing stories from my own family saying that their bills have tripled, but no one's talking to them in the language that they know. So we need to create, I shouldn't say we, I'm already busy, create a Spanish speaking community page so that they too can put their complaints there in the language that they know. I don't think it's fair. It's just all English because we know America doesn't have a language constitutional. English is not the language that says it's by law. So we can talk whatever language we need to. Yo hablo español. Mi primer lenguaje es español. That's my first language, Spanish. So I'm here as the advocate for our Spanish-speaking community. We have the only bilingual talk program that we'd like to open a platform for those that want to come in and talk about it. We brought John Ellen already before to talk about this. And I think that there's power in numbers. Hay poder en números. And so to see the number of people, I've been watching the protests that you guys have had. I see more, I see less, but depending on the weather, right? We're hoping that it will rain. So I think that if you do something like this in Chicago or in Hammond, which is more predominantly Spanish speaking, have Spanish speaking personnel or volunteers to help out to those that don't understand, I think you'd have a lot more people to support. I'm just saying.
It's a good idea.
I hope relevant to a lot of you. I've just been watching 1883 TV series. I don't know if anybody has seen it, but it talks about the pioneers going across the plains, and they had tornadoes, they had Indians, they had bandits, it's rattlesnakes, and there was a moment in the show where it says, "Now, why are we doing this? What are we here for? What's our mission in this? You know, we're facing all these obstacles." And they said, the guy says, "We want to make life better. That's what we're here for. We want to make life better." Well, that's what we're here for. We have a right to have a better life. We have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it's being taken away from us. That's all I had to say. We really need to hit home on that.
Anyone else? Jim? All right, so I'd like to introduce Jim Shank. And as I was saying earlier to folks, when we're voting,
Oh, you're good.
based upon what we're dealing with right now, and how many of our local leaders are bought and paid for by entities like not just NIPSCO, but Hard Rock, Lukoil, all of these other entities, it's important to look at our candidates, not just party. I think we vote on party a little too much, but look at who's actually supporting them, who's buying them. So I want to introduce Jim Shank. Jim Shank, I can tell you, we met a while back, and I've grown to have a lot of respect for him. The guy definitely knows what he's talking about. He's not getting into politics for greed, and I can tell you he's not taking any money from any special interests. Jim Shank.
A lot of the solutions for this are going to be at the local level. I'm running for federal office. The Preston's brought up some issues that are absolutely true. Talking about campaign finance. It is so much easier to run for office, whether it's the local level or the federal level, if you're willing to go to companies like that and get repeated fax outs or PAC money. I'm going to individuals, and you guys are being priced out of food, much less being able to contribute to politicians or needs and services. It's not going to solve the problem. We need to try to find a way to support, find out who the people are representing you. Find out who the people are that are representing you, and find ways to contribute. If you can't do it with money, do it with voice and feet. I am committed to making sure that energy costs are as low as possible for all Americans, certainly here in Indiana. Previous administration has created laws that allow power companies to do what they're doing to us. They're also limiting the energy resources that we can use. I want some magical, eternal, renewable, clean resource. Right now, we've got energy that works for us, and we've got to be able to use what works for us. No mandates on what energy we do or don't use. And that's the biggest thing is find out who's really, well, look around. You look around right now on this media strip and figure out who's for you and who's experiencing the problems you're experiencing. Want to find solutions for it. When I ran for state representative, these companies avoided me like the plague because they knew I would be the guy in caucus, even within my own party, raise the hand and go, "Didn't we promise? Didn't we say that we would do this or that?" And that's not welcome in either party's caucus. Find the people who ask questions. Find the people who speak. That's all to say. That's what I'm going to go to DC for you guys to do. I wish I could go down to Indianapolis, but the answers are in Indianapolis. I do know when it's a governor order. The IURC, the regular seats, they had changed it. There was a circus carousel. If you went on the regulatory commission, it was almost guaranteed within a couple of years you were going to have a very fat, lucrative position in an energy company. And they may have tightened it down a little bit, but there's still winks and nods and agreements. Well, I don't want to take up any more of your team's time, but I'm here in DC, fighting things in DC. all aspects of life. I'm committed to working with local officials who are the same commitment to your problem. And so the president has to be here, right, and the folks has to be in the situation that is going. And I thank you for actually being here yourselves.
I'll speak again. If you go to a restaurant, you go to a store, you buy something from Amazon, and you get a bill that's too high, you want to know what you paid for, okay? If they overcharge you, you want to know why they overcharged you. So we're looking to find out why they're overcharging us. And if there's a who behind it, who's overcharging us and why, and what are we getting overcharged for? It's about time somebody comes forward with the answers. We're tired of just, what do you call it? Just smoothing over things or something. We want to know, we want answers to this situation where we're getting overcharged for the service that we've been paying for years and years. Now, don't get us wrong. I like heat. I like air conditioning. I'm glad we have it. But if you're getting overcharged for something, you got to know why and who's getting the money. And look, there's the primaries coming up. There's general election pretty soon. You can make a difference by your vote.
Yes.
Okay, you can make a difference when you look at who is behind it. Have them put their name out there so you can vote for the person that's for you and for these the lower rates. Okay, I'm thinking, what can we do? We could have a national or a statewide lockout of our power. Everybody shut their lights off for a day and just see how much it'll hurt the NIPSCO on their bottom lines. So we're looking for answers today. So if anybody's out here that wants to help, we organize more protests and more things. Get involved. You can stay informed. So what we want is answers here today. So we can do it by our votes. We can do it by our questioning our bills. And so if you're getting overcharged, it's about time you stepped up and asked who is behind the overcharging.
Here's those are yours.
Thank you. I'm hoping they K1. Well, then I get the bill under like half of the.
Like I said, I just want to remind you, I know you all want to help. You want to know what you can do. And if you have Facebook, I swear this is going to make a big difference. It's Monopoly Madness. NIPSCO Monopoly Madness. It's a huge group. It's got 35,000 people now. There's constantly 10 to 15 posts a day. People posting their bills. You can share that. There's a lot of information. As these laws are passed, those are posted on there. As these representatives make a statement, they're posted on there. So share that with your friends. Ask your friends to share it. We got to get the word out there. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do it together. We're going to do it united. I had a list of all the laws that they passed, but it's kind of boring. And it really doesn't do that much good. But this started with your legislatures. They're allowing it to happen. They let NIPSCO do this. Now, NIPSCO doesn't have to, but they're saying they're in the legal right to do it. So it's basically up to the legislatures. They pass these laws, and it's not right. And in November, we got to have a split vote. We're going to find out who voted for these laws. We're going to let everyone know who they can vote for and do a split vote. I'm telling you, it doesn't do any good. Go to the polls in November, vote one party. So stay tuned to Facebook. You'll see me on there all the time. I'm commenting all the time. So I hope, is Kim still around? You know, I passed out information every time I come to one of these. I've got stuff on my website, and we're growing. We're getting the word out there. We're letting people know. I always meet new people, meet new politicians, and let them know what's going on. Let them know the real story. Because I've done a lot of research on this. I've been researching this for about 4 months now.
Oh, thank you.
I've almost read every single
that's
word
the
on the
cracking
NIPSCO
of
website. So, want to thank Preston for hosting us today. And we're gonna have more. This isn't the last one. There's gonna be more. When it gets to be May and those budget bills come in, we're gonna have a ton of people come out. They're gonna be shocked. It's gonna be a big shock. Some people don't even know how to find the balance on their bills. Some people don't even have the balance on their bills. And you have to call NIPSCO and find out what your balance is. That's not right either. So, and trying to call NIPSCO is you can't even get them to answer the phone. I've tried.
Yeah, you had trouble.
You know, the state legislature came up with billions of dollars for the Bear Stadium in days. They had special sessions come up with all this money for the Bear Stadium, and they can't help us with our NIPSCO bills. It can be done. We just have to put on a lot of pressure.
Yeah, we saw him last night.
I don't think the Bears are coming here anyway.
It'd be nice.
Hi, Maretti.
They only have 8 home games. And I just don't know if it'll be worth it. Oh, by the way, if they do come, we are all paying a 1% hospitality tax.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, yeah.
What?
That includes prepared food. When you go to Walmart and they got a salad there or pizza, you're going to pay 1% tax on that food if the Bears get here.
I
And
didn't
the
know that.
state got other taxes built in, so I don't know. Our bills are paying for Google and Microsoft and Amazon and
Yeah, drop her
which
too.
is Facebook to have their data centers. That's where our money's going. We are paying for these big monopolies, these big corporations to have their business grow bigger. We're paying for it. It's not right. I guess they're talking over there. Go ahead. I thought it's something you could tell them about.
You did good. You're welcome.
And I got description. Type in camera now. Feel free to copy it, share it.
Definitely, thank you.
The more people that know about it, the better.
Yeah, because like I was telling the other gentleman there was running for office, I moved out of Chicago to Gary because, you know, I'm used to living in the city and I need to be close to work. And then I was like, oh, all right, this will be decent. And then I brought the Bears, yay. And then the next thing you know, I look at the bill and I'm like, oh, this is normal, this is ComEd. Wait, no, what?
People that have said that on Facebook, they said they moved here for a lower bill. There's a lady in a little small trailer, $700, living by herself. She can't afford it.
Yeah, I believe her. That's nuts. That's
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah,
Well,
that's
weren't
nuts.
a lot of the trailers bought out by private equity?
Huh?
Weren't a lot of the trailers bought out by private equity?
I'm not sure exactly what you mean.
Private equity firms are buying up a lot of houses for
Oh.
residential, and one of the most recent ones that they're going after is trailer parks.
Okay, but she has to pay her own utility bill.
So probably not then.
Okay.
Yeah, she came here because she had limited income, she had Social Security, and she came here because she could afford it, and now she can't afford to live here.
That's horrible.
Yeah, she's old. She's like 75 years old. Social Security, and she's gonna get kicked out. These people in apartments. By the way, I forgot to mention this.
Definitely.
People in apartments, they don't pay their bill. They get evicted right away. It's in their contract.
Wow.
They get evicted.
Aren't they supposed to get 30 days? Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's 30 days, but
They still give them the eviction notice and say, hey, here it is 30 days from now.
yes.
Because you
yes.
really was not because you you're late
But
on rent.
only, yeah, right. Just under your
Wow.
building. Yes, because it will freeze the pipes. There's damages, other kind of damage. Yeah, so that, not people don't know that either. They don't know.
Yeah, that's why we had a high water bill because we had to let our pipes trickle. We had
Yes.
to turn our faucet on just a little bit
Yeah.
and that, but it wasn't that bad. You know, it's just it sucked. It was the first few days. But, you know, I'm used to stuff like that. I'm used to like thankfully we own our house, they can't throw us up, but they could shut us off. And, you know, we're behind on the bill. And that.
And you know, my bills are okay. We've got a lot of things mitigation to our house. We got plastic, weather guard plastic on all our windows.
The sealers that you put on, they look like
Yeah,
nice.
we did that.
They're permanent.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they're very expensive.
Okay.
So I'm not here for me. I'm here for all these people that can't afford to build. I don't know what they're gonna do. To make sure. And no one knows about it. It's crazy how many people don't know about it. When the police organizations they always end the story with,
I look
oh,
at
NIPSCO
that house in the
says
world,
this,
could I do
totally
$200-$300
the whole
more
mess.
NIPSCO than I do?
Right. That's why I watched the interview that they had with the CEO, and he's like, "Well, we had winter. We're trying to invest in." I'm like, "Okay, I'm used to winter. Is it that bad?"
No. I looked it up. December was 5 degrees colder.
That's it.
Yes, January was 2 degrees colder. February was 4 degrees colder. That is not enough to make it say, oh, it was cold this year.
I would have to agree with you. 'Cause I've dealt with much colder.
No,
I thought there was some serious about it.
Yeah.
On the average, they cold days.
Yes.
But on the average, on the bill.
Hey, honey, can you scooch in closer so I can have a closer
It tells
shot?
you what it was last year.
sorry.
It tells you what it was this year. It's on the bill. It's on the, you see it on the Facebook page. It tells you the average temperature.
I wish that I saw more people.
That's good because, like, I thought it was suspicious. It's like, well, it's been a cold winter. It's like I've had winters worse than this.
There's a press conference next Tuesday at the Brooklyn City Hall courthouse. I think it's at 10 a.m. You guys should come.
He works. I don't have a car yet, so I could drive you if I wanted to.
Are they going to be
I'm gonna do,
for 2 hours?
I'm gonna do Facebook Live.
Okay, yeah, because I start at 5 in the morning. I don't get out until like 1:30.
Okay,
I'm just happy.
thanks for being here. And you have a card with you?
I actually have a QR code
Yep.
for our link tree that we have for the different channels
Oh,
that
you
we have.
I'm gonna get on my tree. Link tree. Maybe
Because I kept losing the cards and I kept
Yeah.
trying to print them and I had to fight with the printer.
we can get together. You teach me how to do link tree. I tried to do it.
Sure. Yeah, my editor in New York, he gave me the website, and him and I sat there for 3 hours like a bunch of elderly men at a fishing contest, yelling about this button or that. But it was absolutely hilarious.
Speaking of, technology has changed. I never wanted to be part of the press, but
It wasn't in my
No.
bingo card.
no, and
Neither was I.
Panorama always did events and festivals.
Nice.
And then News for Gavin, that's a news organization, and during COVID. Now every blog we do goes right on news break. And I can say Gary, I can click blog Gary blog, it goes right to people's cell phones.
That's good.
Yeah, so
Nice.
technology has changed.
Mhm.
It's not like it used to be.
You don't have to wait 5 minutes to access a web page with Windows dial-up in the background.
And then
Yeah.
I also do interlinking on my website to where what it is, you go in, you update, you add more information. That bumps it up, so it's more searchable.
Oh,
So
nice.
if anyone types in Panorama now, types in NIPSCO, they'll find all our articles that we've done. And we've got links, we got a ton of links on all our blogs.
Good, good.
So
We're actually going to take the flyer. We're going to make flyers. I'm working on making flyers for the AI data centers and the NIPSCO rates. Like it's just too much of a coincidence. If you look across the
no,
country,
they're interrelated.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm on both issues, the data centers and the NIPSCO, but they're interrelated.
Yeah, I know.
They both support each other.
Yeah.
They both are related.
Yep.
Interrelated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one thing she had been researching into because I wasn't too certain about it. And she got a whole bunch of different stories. And there was, I think that gentleman's name is Ben Jordan.
Yes, Ben Jordan.
Yeah, he did some research on several data centers, like the one
Yeah.
around Boxtown, and the noise that they make from just operating
Right.
has many
Okay.
health complications.
Okay. Okay. And I got a whole bunch I can talk about data centers, but I
Ooh.
want to say this.
Sure.
The new Carlisle data center, once they got approved,
Mhm.
they said they were not going to dewater. Guess what?
Oh no.
They're going to dewater. They went to the board and asked permission to dewater. Dewater pulls down the oil, the water in the people's wells.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
The data center in Lebanon
Uh-huh.
said they were going to get water from Wabash River.
Uh-huh.
Now they changed their mind. They're going to get it out of Eagle Creek Reservoir, and they're going to dig up people's yards by eminent domain and
I
put
hate
in
eminent
pipes,
domain.
put in pipes for their data center. So they change their mind on what they're going to do after it goes in.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah, so, and there's, I could just go on. I got a lot of articles about data centers too.
By all means, we'll have to ask you about it
Yeah.
like between now and in the future.
Hey, I set you down for an interview at some point.
Okay, sure.
Yes,
I'd be glad to. I especially the whole one, but I did a lot. I've researched data centers for the past 7 months.
Nice.
And
She's
I
been
had,
doing it for at least 3.
yeah, I had someone on Facebook say to me, where's your crew? Okay. So I found the crew.
Good.
I found an EHsciences.org. Turns out they've been investigating EMF waves since cell phones came out.
Right.
When cell phones came out, you remember them saying, tell them, yeah, not to put cell
Don't
phones
have it right up here. You're gonna get cancer. Yeah.
Don't put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
And don't keep it in your other pocket.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because electromagnetic frequencies would be
Yes.
like a microwave to your body.
Yeah,
I remember
yes.
that. Yeah.
Okay, that's where all these EMF studies came out from. I got 50 scientific research studies
Good.
referencing EMF waves and what they do.
Mhm.
They have a study where I don't know how much they gave them, but it actually killed rats. Killed them.
Well, I mean, that's one way to do rodent repellent.
Hey, the data centers don't have to worry about the rats chewing the wires.
But the Hobart one, they have brand new $350,000 homes right across
That's a problem.
right across the street.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it's a hyperscale. It's the largest data center in the country. People don't know this.
That I wasn't
Largest
aware.
in the country. $15 billion.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
25 buildings, 20 diesel generators per building. It's 600 diesel generators total.
I have a hard time getting to work. They're gonna have to go through that roundabout. How are they gonna get? Look, I've seen like a couple trucks go to the speedways right across the street there on 61st. They have a hard time. If you got that many diesel generators, I hope that's backup generators. 'Cause if
It's
you have-
backup, but
Oh no, there's always a but.
if the electrical grid is compromised, like during hot summer when everyone has their air conditioning on,
Yeah.
they have permission to turn on these generators whenever they want. They can't turn those data centers off. It has to be running.
Just like hospitals.
They can, and speaking of hospitals, it's a half mile away from the hospital.
Oh, how very
And
convenient.
it's a quarter mile away from Deep River wetland.
I've never heard of this place. Tell me about it.
Deep River is a river that goes into Lake George and Hobart. It goes into Lake Michigan. It's
I didn't know we had
a
anything like this.
150-mile wetland that goes from basically Highway 30 all the way to Lake Michigan. But the data center is being built on the Deep River wetland.
That sounds like it might be an ecological problem. How many dead frogs are we gonna have? How many dead cranes? That's concerning.
The whole thing is going to die. It's all because of the EMF vibrations.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
The infrasound and all.
Yeah, I studied a bit of infrasound, and yeah, it messes with
The bees,
everything.
insects, they'll leave.
Yeah.
Once they leave, the small animals leave, the large animals leave, then the
Because they don't have anything to eat. Yeah.
yes, and then the vegetation dies. This makes common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is there was a similar theory that somebody had put out about 3 years ago, if I remember correctly. It was about why we aren't seeing so many bugs on our windshield and how it affects everything further up in the tank.
Well, the people in Virginia, they have no birds.
What?
And they're a mile away from the data center. They have no birds. Their pets will not go outside. They go outside and go do their business, come back in.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
That's disturbing.
It's very disturbing. It's very disturbing.
It reminds
But-
me of this meme that I saw.
Hobart is getting $1 million the first year.
Or like they
But-
build a wall around the thing, at least to,
No.
like make a buffer.
There's a buffer, but you cannot stop the vibrations. You cannot stop them. And there's light pollution. there's
Sound pollution. Yep.
There's water pollution and air pollution.
Yep.
You can't stop it.
Yeah, well, I know
You can't stop
definitely.
air pollution. You can't stop light pollution. And my husband's a biggie on light pollution. Oh, he's a biggie.
Right.
If you look up in the sky at night,
Uh-huh.
you don't see stars.
Because you got the light pollution, right?
Yeah.
Light pollution causes
Gotcha.
that.
Yes.
And he's always telling me, do you see any stars?
And then I remember we went on a camping trip a few years ago. And we went to Turkey Run, and there's no cities anywhere. And I'm just standing there, and I could see the Milky Way and the full moon.
Yes,
That was very nice.
yes. Well, you can also see the halo where the city is.
Yeah,
Kinda, yeah. If you
Yeah,
go up on the
if
horizon,
you're on the country indicator.
Beauty.
That's industry, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could talk forever about the. As a matter of fact, I had a 10-minute speech. I went to the city council meeting. That's what the mayor did.
Well, what Mary to tell you?
He put down the hammer and said, no public discussion.
That might be why Vernon Smith said, "Okay, everyone, no speeches."
He adjourned it. Hey, he knew I was there.
Ah,
He knew I was going to give a talk, and he adjourned it. Well, I can talk. I had a 10-minute speech. I still have it. So
damn.
yeah, just go to Panorama now.
Yeah, definitely, we will be looking into your website.
Type in NIPSCO, type in data center. I got tons of articles, tons of links.
I'll put them all on our Discord because we have a Discord channel that I
Yes.
made that has all of everything for local and national video and
And our stuff is searchable,
articles.
extremely searchable. And I'm
Good,
just
good.
trying to get the word out. I actually gave the Times newspaper my information. I said, this has got to get out there. You know, it's not about me.
Well, from 1 to 10, we're sitting at about a 0. Last I checked, like they mentioned earlier, like she mentioned, as far as like the ratings on the good or bad and the ugly of the utility companies.
But yeah, we're the worst. We're like the bottom of the
And
barrel.
the most profitable in the country, the most expensive in the country.
Oh, joyous.
And they claim they have a 19% profit last year.
I know.
It's
I
bigger
know
than that.
You
It's
don't
the
have
way
to
it's
pay
hiding.
more.
Just like the increase, they said it was 16%. Some
No,
people,
it wasn't. No.
yeah, I know it won't.
It's at
No,
least 30.
50, I'd say.
Some
Close to it.
people have 200, 300% increase.
That's insane.
Yes.
Jesus.
And how can you, that's not in your budget.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
He
like-
works. I'm on fixed income.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are on fixed, everyone's on a fixed income of some kind.
yeah. Basically.
It's how much your employer pays you. That's fixed.
Pretty much,
Anyway,
yeah.
it's been really nice meeting you.
Oh, definitely. Good to meet you, ma'am.
Love the smell of your pipe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out. And,
Welcome.
I'll send you that info about the press conference next Tuesday and then the Port Fairgrounds on Saturday at 1 p.m.
We're hoping to
That
make
one
it
we
to
should
a
probably
port.
be able to
Yeah,
make
There's going to be some politicians there. They're going to be speaking.
All right.
that's good. Well, thank you for the time.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's pretty decent.
Yep.
Oh, here, let me get that up for you.
Well, thank you. I want to give this to Jim. I'll give it to you.
All right.
Here's the a summary of the law
All right.
that
All right,
the
thank you.
legislature's passed. It's description.
All right.
Good. This will
Do
give me.
you mind if we include some of this in the flyers we make?
No, go ahead. Go
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll at least go over this tonight when we live stream.
Yeah.
Because we've been,
Okay.
my company's been doing test runs because we're using the StreamYard program for the time
Yes,
being.
I know StreamYard.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my best friend. It's just, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, before I go ahead and pay for the package, the bells and whistle, and all that, I make sure I'm not yelling into my wall over here. You know, like, what I usually do is I'm trying to get it to where I have it on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter, because Twitter
Thank you. Thank you.
put behind a paywall their ability to live stream. That's normally where we get traction. So I went and rolled my eyes, went, okay, I guess I have to use StreamYard.
How much is it?
I think they're trying to charge me about $30, $40 a month. I'm gonna try and see if I can get some type of sale or deal with them or something, because that's really the only thing present, like holding my company back.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Only thing.
And then do you like let people know on Facebook or somewhere how to get there? Or
Facebook, I don't use. Pretty much them and I are sworn enemies. Bit of a conspiracy as to why 2 of my friends had a sudden heart attack.
Oh, you want to know what Facebook did?
What'd they do?
I got it. I have to
All
tell
right,
you this.
folks, we're going to
I
go
got
ahead
a
and wrap this up.
beautiful
'Cause I gotta
video.
close off this live.
The guy was singing Amazing Grace.
Uh-huh.
A beautiful professional singer.
Nice.
And I panned the audience. It was just so emotional.
Uh-huh.
I tried to put it on Facebook. They didn't allow it. They knocked it out 2 times because I used the word protest.
I back that up. I'm gonna go throw that out. It's tripping over tequila bottles. So I gathered them up.
All right. Okay.
Thank you for coming out, folks. Thank you very much.
All right. And you.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, thank you for your time. We'll definitely be reaching out to you in the near future. Yep.
Okay, so you filmed the ending.
All right, yeah. This is the CEO of Chaos Media and our camera girl. We got here just a little bit late to the NIPSCO protest. And wound up having a whole bunch of people give speeches and opinions, and we got a whole lot of literature and some cards. That lady from Panorama, we're going to be reaching out to her. And the guy in the really nice bike jacket as Mr. Shank. He's been organizing some of this. And okay, let's see here. Where's the other fellow, Mr. Ruby?
I have the card.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got Mr. Ruby also who's here. Basically a handful of local people and some people trying to get nationally into politics because they didn't like that.
Let's do this while walking back to the car.
Okay, yeah, they're closing down.
Yep.
So we've got lots of good information. We've met a couple interesting people, and long story short, we're going to continue reporting on this, looking into it, investigating.
And in the future, we'll probably have an interview with that lady.
Yes, definitely her from Panorama, especially since she's got a lot of information. She does this a bit more professionally from us, and she knows StreamYard, so hopefully she can help me work out the bells and whistles, because, yeah, this is probably the only time we're not actually doing a test stream, but it'd be nice to have a solid program that doesn't cost an arm and a leg for just doing independent work and journalism and all that.
All right, so
That's it.
here you go. Hold this.
Yeah, let me hold the garbage. Yeah.
So this has been Chaos Media live
Information is
reporting.
the art of war.
Got it.
Thank you.